Hey guys, welcome back to Kumasao. What we're taking a look at today is Iron Factory EX-28 Burning Slug. Get that box a little bit more in the frame for you. This is their latest release. Of course, this is an homage to the Transformers Minibot character, Warpath. So pretty dead on to the comic iteration of them. So a little bit more mecha styled than the tank in the cartoon, but comic-wise, it's definitely pretty darn accurate. So this one's about 3 3/4 inches tall. So just in comparison to Cygnus, the previous release, I think he might have been 30. Not sure off the top of my head. He is about 5.5 inches tall. You know, in the back you've got War Giant, big huge combiner. He is just under 9 inches tall himself. So try to give you guys a good variety of sizes here. There's your comparison. Let's take a look at the box and what comes in it, and then we'll get on reviewing it. Alright, just giving you guys a roundabout here. And you can see, it's got the weapon storage. He's got 2, I guess, cannons, missile launchers, whatever you want to call them, on his back, as well as his blaster on his tail side. So the blaster, just a 5mm peg, we'll remove that. And just to show you guys another option, that's per the instructions, but if you turn him upside down, I actually kind of like that look. Since he has a spot for the stand there, it looks like he has a rocket pack on his back. So that's actually how I prefer it. But just to show you guys how it looks quote unquote clean, all of those again, 5mm, 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 as well as on his forearms there. So we will finish this roundabout. Now taking a look at his articulation, he's decent. Cygnus, it's hard to kind of go back from that, but he's got a lot of up and down head tilt, ball jointed neck, so full 360 rotation there. His shoulders actually, that tabs in and out, but they actually swing up and down, ball jointed shoulders. So you got the full 360 motion there. Full bicep swivel. This is actually at an angle, so it kind of emulates double jointedness, but it's not. It goes past 90 degrees though, but I like that. Alright, no wrist swivel, so that was kind of a letdown, but other than that, that's pretty much the only area where, you know, I really saw something lacking. But good front and back kick, 360 hip swivel, single jointed knees, 90 degrees, and an okay amount of ankle tilt. Nothing to really call home about, but you know, it's there. Now, just in terms of cheating a little bit, he does sort of have ab crunch, but when you utilize it, actually zoom out, get it in focus. So if you want that more thrust style posing, you can get it, but then you see his shoulders don't carry over with it. That's just per the transformation. Now taking a look at some of his different weapon options here. Get those pegged in on his forearms. Get that gun in his hand. Just for the sake of getting them into got a pose there. Get those a little bit more split. I will utilize the quote unquote ab crunch there. Leg forward. I wish he had a little bit more ankle tilt, but we'll use what we got. And there we go. Alright, now getting this guy transformed. First off, pulling out the cannon there. Alright, flipping this piece up. Getting his head nice and deep down there, as you see. And I don't even use that to flip it back over. Just flip it back, and then this whole thing hinges over. Boom. Really easy. But make sure to pull this out first, or else the head's not going to have enough room to go all the way back in. Alright. Now, the hands. Kind of forgetting how I went about... Oh. You can flip this up from underneath. So, press a little bit underneath. It's weird. Once you get it for the first time, you got it. But, underneath... Flip the hand in and over, and it kind of clips on. All right, so we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Find that angle, put the hand in, boom, make sure that snaps over. All right, now we're taking these, flipping them up. Alright, like so. Now we're gonna just rotate at the bicep, like so. The crotch plate comes down, and what you want to do, 1, 2, just straight up at the hips. Little groove pieces right here, make sure they're facing up. So that's the easiest way to do it. And then just turn at the thigh. Boom. Turn it to the thigh, boom, and here you go. So that's where you should be right now, right? So there's another hinge in here, and that popped off the ball joint, so we're gonna get that snap back in place. All right, there's another swivel there, so just turn the calves by themselves forward. Alright, so this whole thing, that ab crunch that we kind of faked there, this whole thing comes down. Alright, and from there, if I'm doing this correctly, yep, these come down as well. So, 2 hinges. This first one, that comes down, and then this comes over. So now that's what you're looking at. Alright, and so now we're going to the other side. These back pieces on the feet right here, got to bring those out. Easy. And they hold with friction down there. So this is a really fast transformation, obviously. Going through it a little bit slower for you guys. And then you just take the whole foot, bring it back. Whole foot, bring it back. And if you notice, we pretty much have the gist of the tank right there. So that's what it is. Alright, so now we're turning it back to the front. Taking those 2 like feet covers, putting them down. And from there are a couple of pieces that kind of... Alright, so that flips, and then there's a peg right here that goes right here. Same on this side. Get that pegged. Now, with this, so you rotate it around, and then what you want to do, you want to take that part, put it forward, and then kind of L it. Alright? And then there's a piece that tabs in right here. So, get that. And it's a pretty straightforward tab. And I will say, this actually has more tabs and locks than it actually needs. And that's always a good thing. It's a nice secure feeling once you get it into its alt mode. Alright. So now, this is what we're looking at, right? So what do we got? We've got those weapon pieces that we already attached before we even got started. So these 2 pieces, they tab together like so, and they're just filler for the back. So it's the in with the indents or whatever that goes in, and there are 2 pegs on the inside here. So boom, Boom. Alright, now the gun comes apart. So this back piece has a tab underneath, and there's a tab on the other side of the turret that it goes into. And I will actually tab that. Alright, like so. Alright, now I wouldn't necessarily call this piece difficult. There are two flaps on the top that go, and then it kind of just chomps, right? So, get it at about an angle like so. This is the way it's going to go in. And then, alright, so there's a tab on the inside that goes right here. And then these two tabs go on the insides of the legs. So, and again, I'm taking way longer on this than it actually takes. Like, this is seriously, I'm taking 5 minutes on a 2-minute transformation, but that's the point of reviews, right? You guys ask me for more transformations and the like, so it's not a problem. But I just don't want to have to take it off camera to get this done. Alright. That's tabbed, and then that just kind of goes over. So, and then from there, it's just making sure everything you've done is clean and tabbed in, but you got the gist of it. One piece that I almost forgot, on the bottom. Alright, so you have that part right here, that weapon, and then his butt flap just secures over it. There's a tab and a female slot or whatever. It just goes over it. So, alright. And that's what you got on the underside too. It really doesn't matter, but, you know, perfect transformation. And here's the tank mode. Give you guys a roundabout. It's really not much to it. It doesn't have rolling treads, no wheels or anything like that underneath. So, I mean, it's a static piece for the most part when it comes to the rolling around. But it does have some movement in the turret. It can go, you know, forwards and back, up and down, like that kind of thing. If you want a farther back look, there you go. And it also has two 5mm pegs up here. So there's some extra play there, you know, especially if you have more Iron Factory stuff, really get some crap going. I'm sure there will be tons of fan modes and stuff like that for this guy. Alright, but there's one more picture of that. Now let's actually close this out by getting him transformed back into bot mode, because I know a lot of people have asked me, you know, do transformations forward and backwards, things like that, which really isn't a problem. So, alright. And sorry if it feels like I'm going speeding through this, but I forgot that with that part comes off like so. Alright. Flip the head up. Those pieces back. Alright, so there's that. I mean, this being a couple of minutes, it's not too bad. It's like 2 minutes or so. Alright, so let's get him into a cool pose. Get this weapon transform back real quick as well. Yeah, but easy transformation. Honestly, the figure itself, really nice. And it's sturdy. You guys notice the joints aren't funny or creaky or anything crazy. It's just fun. It's fun to pick up and play, which is a really refreshing change from Iron Factory, I'd say, over the past 6 months or so. Their releases have just gotten a lot more solid, you know? Alright, let's do a little sum here with that jetpack look we were talking about. Alright, let's see if we can't get the camera a little bit higher, and maybe if we just, yeah. His legs are so stumpy that it's hard to really just get depth right there. But alright, this has been Iron Factory's EX-28 Burning Slug. Of course, their homage to Warpath, the latest in their release, just released this month, June 2018. You can find this at TF Source or wherever you shop. Read the full review and Pictorial on kumasala.com. Link will be in the description as well as this info button, as always, right here. And as for these video reviews, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.